very important to always cool your body down after working out. We use a lot of muscle when we pole dance. Let's start at our pole. You're gonna line your hip up with the side of the pole, stepping back with the outside leg, so you're in a lunge, and then tuck your hip under and your knee under so they're stacked underneath one another, and then overhead with the outside arm in a cup grip. So a cup grip is when your thumb is in the same place and the same party as your fingers over your head. Good, and then drop your knee a little more. You should feel the stretch all the way along your side body, and then if you dip your knees down a little bit, you can feel it in your hip flexors too. Use your breath to open up more space, to allow more stretching. Big breath. Good, and then bring your foot down in the back and pull your foot up in the front. Now we're stretching the hamstring and the calf. Exhale. So the goal is to have a flat back. You want a flat back more so than you want to bend over. So if you're finding that bending over, your back is rounded, use the pole to help you keep a flat back. So it might be up here, might be down here. It doesn't matter. Whatever feels good for that stretch on the back of your leg, and then wiggle it out with a big breath. Good, and then roll up. So now round your spine and roll up. Good, facing your pole, interlace your fingers, and then send your hips back, walking out one foot and then the other. Bending at the knee. Good, rounding and arching your spine. Last two. Good, last one. Hold it there, and then bend the knees, and then roll up one vertebra at a time, lengthening through your spine. Good, and then switch to your other side. So here we are, hip is lined up with the pole. Step back with the outside leg, so you're in a lunge on the other side. Dip your hip down, knee is underneath the hip. Overhead for a cup grip, over on top. I like to call this a rainbow stretch because I create a rainbow over my head. Good, bend the bottom knee. Feel that stretch. All the way from the quad to the hip flexor to the side body. So much is happening at once. Big breath. Perfect, and then stand up, setting your feet flat on the back and lifting your toes up on the front. Find that flat spine hinging at the waist like a hinge joint or a door is closing the front of your body. Hinging at the waist for the back of the leg stretch. You can wiggle your hips a little bit, pull your toes off the floor. Find that space that feels good for your body. You could be a little higher, still get a good stretch. Breathe, last breath. Good, and then roll up to stand up and front of the pole. Lining your spine up, open your hands, rolling as you get there. Releasing the wrists and the forearms. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift your hands and pull your chest through that space. And then ear to the side. Roll forward to the other side. Good, so a few things are happening at once. Again, I like these dynamic stretches. We can get a lot done at one time. So I've got a trap stretch. If you tuck your chin to your sternum and then lift your chin to the sky, then you're gonna get the front of the neck, the scalenes, and the trap. Breathe, a little bit of the front pec as well. Roll your head to the other side. Chin lifts, chin to the sternum. Big breath, beautiful. And then roll your head forward to the side, forward to the other side. Good, meet me in the middle and pull your body back in. You can do as many of those as you like. Big shoulder roll back. You can always review any of these exercises. Hopefully these are helpful for you to guide yourself. So you could always take some of these out and do them on your own. Let's do an inner thigh stretch. So sending the leg out to the side, any amount, and then reaching for the sky, bending your opposite knee, and then switch the knee that's bent, and then switch the knee that's bent. So you're in a side lunge with one hand to the sky, and you're switching the bent knee to stretch your inner thigh. Good, and then hang out in a bent knee for 2 breaths. Good, other knee bends and breathe. Good, and then both legs straight, hang your head down in the middle. Good, lengthening the spine. And then switch the hands. So you've got one hand on the floor, other hand to the sky, and then bend and straighten your knee. So we're just prepping the hip for the stretch. Having good inner thigh mobility is so important for any of our straddles or inversions or splits. Good, hold one knee bent. It doesn't matter which one you hold because we'll do both. 2 breaths here. And then switch the knee that's bent. Good, both legs straight, hanging your body down in the center, grabbing onto an elbow with both hands. Good, and then bend your knees, and then roll your body up 1 vertebra at a time until you get to the top. Big shoulder roll at the top. Good, roll out the wrist 1 last time. Got hands right at your heart and fingers towards the floor. We're stretching the wrist out while we do some ankle stuff. Some 2-for-1 action, and then reverse the roll other way. And switch the legs and the feet and the rolls. Go ahead and roll the other direction with your ankle. And set your foot back down. Thumbs right at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I cannot wait to see you again. Bye.